Skims round 2. So a couple months ago we reviewed Skims loungewear and it was pretty hit or miss, but we only reviewed loungewear, and I told you guys that if you wanted to see Skims like undergarments, shapewear, aka I feel like what they were like made for, that I would do it. So here we are reviewing Skims shapewear. Not all of it's really shapewear, but now that I've also reviewed Yitty by Lizzo, I feel like I have a little more of an idea of shapewear and everything. So without further ado, here we go. So we have to start out with the viral bodysuit. I've been seeing this all over TikTok, and whenever people hold up these bodysuits, they literally look like they could fit like a small child. And I haven't seen anyone not be able to get it on yet. And then they look snatched, they look sculpted. So I'm intrigued. I wanted to get the black one because that's kind of what everyone's been wearing, but of course it's sold out because it's going viral on TikTok. So we got this little sienna color. Again, something I like about Skims is that they have so many different neutral options. So I feel like you can get a tone that really matches your skin tone, or you can go a couple shades darker if you want a little bit of a contrasting look, depending on what you're wearing this for. I understand that this is shapewear, or like a shaping bodysuit, but lots of people have been wearing this just with jeans and everything on TikTok, which I think is really cute. The fashion police seem to think that that's such a big problem, that these people are wearing underwear out. But you know what I think? Mind your business. Those ladies are looking great in these bodysuits going out, so I don't see a problem. So I got a small medium, and I'm definitely on like the smaller end of that spectrum. The waist is like a 26.5 to a 32.5. My waist is like a 26 and a half, so definitely on the smaller end of that. But hips are 34.5 to 40, and my hips are like 38.5. So I felt like I landed in the small medium category. Plus these are supposed to be like super stretchy anyway, so I hope sizing is somewhat forgiving. And it should be mentioned that this goes up to a 4 to 5XL. So they don't look like a 4 to 5X when they're holding up these bodysuits, but guys, oh my God, okay. I just had to, I just had an intrusive thought to put Pinto in this because I feel like it would fit him better than me. I saw so many people holding up these bodysuits and I'm like, yeah, that looks pretty small. But as someone who did ballet for 15 years and has a good amount of experience getting on leotards, this is significantly smaller than any leotard that I've ever tried to put on. But you know what? If the people on TikTok can do it, so can I. No one's commented on the fact that I feel like these little seams are gonna cut into me. Oh, look who came in here. Don't we feel like this would fit him better than me? He's looking at it. You want to put it on? Oh, I don't think I could torture him. Maybe Peach. Peach would wear it. Okay, well, let's look at the construction first. So I just feel like these little seams, they're pretty stretchy, but given how small this is, it does feel like it could cut into you when it's at full stretch. And my body will be putting this to the test. This will be fully stretched. So we have a little space for the cups up here, a little ruching detail in the middle to kind of give some separation. I feel like the Yitty shapewear had this same quality here. A little ruching at the side of the bust as well. We have some adjustable straps. They just look like your typical semi-shiny bra straps. Then the whole middle of the body seems like it's got this like ribbed compression situation going on. This is like really hard to stretch. I'm concerned. And I'd also be worried about the comfort of this bodysuit because it does have the clasps at the bottom, which I understand make it convenient, but given how like tiny this is, I don't see how I could ever get this back on after going to the bathroom like and unclasping it and reclasping it. I just don't see that happening. So here's a close-up. You can kind of see it's like very slightly ribbed, and then it gives a little space for the cheeks as well. This just looks so tiny, I can't. There's even a little seam that'll offer some glute separation, so it doesn't give you a unibutt. So it definitely adds a little space in the cheek section and the cup section. Oh, Peach. Peach, do you wanna wear the bodysuit? Do you wanna wear the bodysuit? Here she is, and I knew it. I knew that people weren't mentioning this. When I tell you this is so unbelievably tight on my hips here, like this little band here has absolutely zero stretch. It is just cutting in along here. I've only been wearing this for about 5 minutes. I can't imagine wearing it for more than like a half an hour before getting some serious chafing and issues. So I knew when I saw how small this was that this was not going to be comfortable, and no one seemed to be mentioning how ridiculous the seams were. So for me, the price of being snatched is just too high because I'm not gonna deal with that pain all night. And I cannot believe that no one has mentioned that. Another thing that no one mentioned, so I ended up putting some cup pads in here because probably isn't the case in the black Skims bodysuit. And I know this is meant to be shapewear and worn under things, so in that case, it's not such a big deal. This was very sheer and you could see my entire nip through this top. So I had to put the cup pads in so we could be, you know, safe for the tube here. Because yeah, you could literally see everything. It was very, very sheer. And on top of that, I haven't even tightened these straps yet. And I guess I do have a long torso, so this probably could be contributing, but it's just like very uncomfortable overall. And I definitely feel a little bit of snatching going on here, but it's not that much. And to be fair, this is shapewear and my midsection is probably like my smallest section. Like I carry more of my weight like in my thighs. So for someone who looks for tummy control in their clothing, this would probably feel really nice and snatching. But for me, it's not something that I always look for. And I don't really feel like it's doing that much compared to the constriction that I'm getting kind of downstairs. Oh my gosh, like this is actually so uncomfortable. Anyways, we can see that the bust part is going way below my bust. I think again that that's just due to me having a long torso. And I don't know about the glute section. I guess I'm getting a little bit of glute separation and not so much unibutt, but with this tightness of the band here, you will for sure be getting a massive underwear line in your clothing because my glutes are kind of going in then out there. So yeah, I don't love bodysuits in general because I just feel like they're not the most comfortable clothing option, but for being kind of at the smaller end of the split size range, this is very small. And just in case anyone wanted to see, here it is with some jean shorts. These are the Abercrombie Curve Love mom shorts. Highly recommend. Yeah, I mean, it looks cute. I definitely would go for a different color and they definitely have like more neutrals, but yeah, just too uncomfortable for me. Let's dive into just like some more loungy undergarments. So we have the cotton plunge bralette. This one's $36. I think it's a little expensive for what it is, but definitely could be worse. So this one only comes in standard like single sizes. There are no cup sizes or anything. So I hope I'm going to be able to fit into this. So it's just this ribbed cotton material. The inside is lined with like a little mesh situation. So interested to see how comfortable that'll be. And the bottom band is just one elastic, which sometimes with the elastics like thin like this, I worry that it like will cut into my skin a little bit over time. So it's not screaming comfort. It is adjustable in the back and has bra hook closure. So if you're a larger cup size, you could probably size up in this one and just adjust the hooks a little bit. Let's give it a try. So here's the bralette. And this just isn't really the style of bra that I like to wear, you know, as a lounge fit. We'll get into that in a second. So the band fits pretty well. I'm a 32 band size and this is a size small. I have it on the loosest hook, I think. So I probably could choose a size up. So I'd say it runs maybe a little bit small, especially for my larger cup size ladies. I'm definitely spelling out the size of this. Like as soon as I laid down, the left girl over here will no longer be in her assigned seat. So that's why I don't really like these like triangle shaped plunging style like lounge bras, because I just feel like I kind of fall out the sides. But it's cute. I could see this is like a good like swimwear style, although this material is definitely not conducive to swimwear. Definitely a little tight on the straps for me as well. It looks like super cottony and soft, but the inside where the seam is, it has that little like mesh lining, and I could just really see this being uncomfortable over time. So it's not super supportive. If you're gonna make bras like this and be a size inclusive brand, I think you might as well have like an A to C range and then like a D plus range, just so there's like a little more space in the cups while still having that snug waistband. For some reason, no one ever wants to do that, even though Miss Kimberly herself has a larger bust. Like, why would we not do that? Anyways, this one's kind of a pass for me. Okay, and then to go with it, I got the cotton ribbed briefs. You know, we wanted to keep it a little bit PG, at least PG-13 on this channel today. So we got the briefs. These look actually pretty comfy. So I wasn't gonna get those like little boy short things. Felt like this would be slightly better. So it still has that little like those little lines at the front, which just give me like men's briefs vibes, but is what it is. They seem to be like a nice cotton material, so very breathable for downstairs, but I'm just not loving this elastic waistband. I hate little elastics like this, especially on the bottom, because I feel like they just never fit quite right, but let's give it a try. Okay, and then we have the briefs. I've never had a pair of high-waisted underwear before, and I'm kind of liking it, to be honest. You just feel a little snatchness in the waist. I don't know, I love high-waisted anything. Low rise is just the bane of my existence. These are pretty comfortable. Whenever you have cotton underwear that has like that thickened seam at the end, sometimes it can get a little bit uncomfortable around this area, but I'd say it's pretty comfortable. pretty true to size, but I guess I usually wear a medium in underwear like this. Yeah, I would say true to size because I was gonna say it runs a little bit small. I definitely normally wear a medium in this style of bottoms. I just got a small for some reason because that's what I usually wear in Skims. And I take it back about the elastic waistband here. It's not cutting into me and it feels pretty decent. Overall, this set is okay, but when I'm going for like lounge underwear kind of things, I'm going for comfort above all else, and I definitely don't feel like this was the most comfortable underwear for me. And here's the back. It's like a brief style, and I'd say the coverage is pretty good. Okay, next we have the Fits Everybody crossover bralette. So I don't know about you, when I first heard of the Fits Everybody line, I was skeptical. At first, I thought it was going to be like literally one size fits all and claiming to fit everyone. And I was like, there's no way that's gonna work. That's not actually how it is. It does come in sizes, but we're still a little skeptical about this whole fits everybody claim because I just don't know. So we were limited on sizes. So I did end up getting one that I feel like was close-ish to my skin tone. I know this is a controversial opinion, but I actually like underwire bras. I know, I just feel like they're actually comfortable for me. I've had underwire bras that I don't like that just didn't fit me, but if you get one that fits, I just feel like they're actually pretty supportive and nice. And they don't have to be like quite as tight along the bottom as something with an elastic does. And I just like that the foam support gives you a little bit of shape. This one I'm not really expecting a lot of shape out of. And I would say like, oh, this is a lounge bra, but for my lounge bras, I like to be able to like, you know, lay down and like move around and not risk falling out the side.
As soon as I laid down, the left girl over here will no longer be in her assigned seat.
And I just feel like with this triangle shape, I'm more likely to fall out, you know? And I don't like to have to like adjust all the time. But anyways, this is a super soft material. So it's super soft, super lightweight. It's also lined with the mesh again along the inside. It's got an elastic along the bottom with hook closure in the back, as well as adjustable straps. And I just got a size small here. I had to put the cups in again for this bra because I don't know about you guys, but kind of as like a bare minimum for me when I am looking at bras, I want it to not show my entire areola. And I want it to somewhat prevent nippage. None of these bras so far have included any sort of lining that'll prevent any nippage. And that's just not really something that I want to be worrying about throughout the day if I'm wearing like a tighter fitting clothing piece. I don't really want to have like the nips going everywhere. There's nothing wrong with that. I just like don't really want that for myself. But anyway, so I put the cups in here. So this is better than expected in terms of like a size small that doesn't have multiple cup sizes, but I do have a little bit of spillage going on here. So I definitely feel like if I were to lay on my side, it's coming out. So not totally ideal. I feel like this fits better and feels better than the shapewear bras. And you know what, in terms of like a home lounge bra or something, I do have little bralettes that I wear at home that are pretty similar to this, and this is still pretty comfy. It is lined with that mesh, so I could wear this at home. I also like that the bottom band is very secure. It's a true elastic, but it still has multiple hooks so that you can adjust it. Has that little like twist detail in the front. I chose this style instead of like the more sports bra style because I thought this one would be a little bit more flattering for me, and I do think it's flattering, but I do wish it just had maybe a little bit more coverage, a little more space for the cups. And I did put removable cups in here, so it's giving a little less shape than it looks like it is right now. I think that Skims undergarments in general maybe just aren't my thing, which is totally fine. I could see how people could like this, but it's just not my personal fave. And then to go with the bra, I was trying to get like somewhat of like matching sets. I got the Fits Everybody boy shorts. So this is super lightweight. I actually don't know if we're gonna be able to try these on because it looks so thin. And just looking at the prices, I'm like, okay, like $20, $30 an item isn't too bad, but I did just order Airy underwear, which is like my normal like lounge sleep underwear, for 10 for $38. And this is 1 for 22. So, and the material, if I'm being honest, feels pretty similar to Airy. So it gets a little bit hard to justify simply just for underwear that like no one's really gonna see. And this isn't even underwear that like I feel like you'd want anyone to see, you know? It's not nothing special. Okay, let's give it a try. We may or may not be able to show this on camera. So I kept my own underwear on underneath this because clearly I had to, because these are literally so sheer. But besides that, you know, if you're just looking for a light layer, these are actually super stretchy and super comfy. So I can see the use for them as someone who likes super stretchy, comfy underwear, especially for sleeping. But yeah, I mean, this is like a next level sheer. But again, it's underwear, so who really cares, right? So I can see the use for this. I like that the seams on this style of the underwear is super stretchy, so I'm not getting any cutting in. Okay, this is the Sculpting Bralette in the color Cocoa. So I felt like, oh my gosh, guys, these are so small. Oh my gosh, I feel like we had this experience with the Yitty stuff too. So we trust the process. Okay, this is also very similar to Yitty. I feel like they gotta have the same manufacturer or something. Like these look like very similar to the Yitty shapewear, but the Yitty shapewear was just like super brightly colored, which it was just a difference of vibe, you know? Just like Yitty, we have this little non-slip lining on the inside, and we have the same little scrunch detail that the bodysuit had, the adjustable straps, and this one is just like seamless throughout. This one is also a small medium. Let's see how it goes. Okay, so I put some cut pads in again because I was worried about this top being sheer as well, although I feel like the darker color is better. Guys, these are like really reminding me of the Yitty shapewear. Maybe it's because like those are really my only two experiences with like shapewear style bras, but they're almost identical. So we have a little ruching here, little ruching here. The little non-slip band is nice. I don't really know how necessary it is because it feels pretty snug already. I'm pleasantly surprised at the amount of coverage we have here, and I'm feeling decently shaped as well. Sometimes with bras that don't have any padding or anything, you can kind of lose your shape. I feel like this does still a decently good job. I'm not really spilling out anywhere, but again, with these tight seams that they have, they make the bras so small that when you put them on, they get stretched to the max. I'm getting a lot of cutting in to my traps right here. My self-tan just loves to collect right there. Just ignore that. So this would definitely be uncomfortable over time. You can see it really cutting in. I think I said traps, but I definitely meant lats. I don't even have the largest lats, and that's pretty uncomfortable. The straps are okay. They're adjustable. This just isn't really my ideal comfy bra, and I just think it's cutting in a little too many places for me. So I believe this was a small medium, and for me it's still even maybe a little bit small, so I would definitely consider a size up. Considering how small they are, you can probably size up 1 or 2 sizes. Okay, and then to go with those, I got the Core Control briefs. So I was thinking if someone was looking for shapewear that kind of gives you like tummy control without wanting to wear like a full bodysuit or something, that a like Core Control underwear would be a good idea. So I got the briefs because I didn't think, you know, a thong would be as appropriate for, you know, YouTube. But it's nice that they have those options. So, okay, we do have a non-slip lining on these. So it's only on the back of the briefs. The front of the briefs does not have that little non-slip. And it's looking like the bodysuit quite a bit in terms of compression. Let's give it a try. Okay, and yes, I kept my other underwear on underneath this. But I'm liking this option better than the bodysuit. I didn't feel like the bodysuit was really snatching me very much, but this underwear, I actually feel like it's snatching. And I'm definitely getting a little bit of tightness along the side here, but not nearly as much as the bodysuit. So definitely find this a little more comfortable than the bodysuit. I don't know if it has that little like seam up the back either, but I would probably go for like the Core Control thong if it were me, because that's just what I wear in my underwear more often. It has that little non-slip thing so that it doesn't slide down, and it's giving a lot of compression and lower tummy control. So I know I'm no shapewear expert, and there probably will be people in the comments who are like, you don't even need shapewear, like why would you even try this? I can still give it a try, review it to the best of my abilities, but I do really like how this feels and feel like it's a more comfortable option than the full bodysuit. And you could still wear your own bra of choice with a bottom like this. But I will say I have a long torso, so things tend not to roll down on me. But if I lean to the side here, we are definitely getting rolling. So it's kind of like a legging that is super high rise. I would be slightly worried about this rolling down if you have a shorter torso than me, which like 99% of the population does. So also immediately after I put this on, it got a nice little run down the side. So every time I order from Skims, I always have to take something up with customer service. I have never tried Skims Swim, and I feel like I might have to try that at some point, but not right now. But it'll have to take a little while because I'm still upset. Okay guys, so that's it for the video. I just feel like I'm constantly a little bit underwhelmed with Skims for all the hype it gets. The one thing that I could see myself liking were the little Core Control briefs. But again, everyone has different areas of their body that they're looking to target with shapewear. So everyone is going to have their different preferences. This was just for me. The bodysuit just really didn't work for me with a longer torso and those little tight seams. And a lot of the bras I just didn't really feel like were comfortable enough for what they were trying to be. Like I feel like they're advertising advertised as like these super comfy bras. I just wasn't really getting that. Anyways, give this video a thumbs up if you made it this far, and leave me a comment down below what I should try next and what you thought of the items today. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!